Hi guys, welcome to episode 34 of the MMA Wales podcast with me, myself, Ricky Wright, of course James Wallace, and we got one of the MMA Cymru junior team members. Please welcome to the show, Morgan Lennon.
Thank you for having me.
So Morgan, you want to know as an amateur now, you made your debut on the last Strike and Submit, and now you're going to Rome to represent your country. How do you feel about that?
Well, honestly, there's not really many words you can sort of give for it. Like, I've always wanted to, I've always been interested by martial arts, and I wasn't even planning to fight initially. It just sort of it was a progressive thing that ended up leading to it, and now getting to represent the country there's not many words for it.
Escalated quickly.
It has escalated quickly. So you went under it like that.
So you made your MMA debut earlier this year. How did you get into MMA?
Well, Initially, I started training martial arts when I was around 16, only to lose weight because I was quite overweight as a kid. You know, the whole standard thing with getting bullied, being overweight and all that, just not being happy with the way you look. So I started training Muay Thai in Cambran with Justin Reeks. And my dad was doing jiu-jitsu at the time, and after months and months of trying to convince me, he eventually got me over to try first class. And I got tied up in a knot by somebody quite literally half my size.
Wayne.
No, not even Wayne. One of the boys even smaller than him. It was crazy. So I got tied up, and I was more shook than anything because I went there thinking, I got a bit better. I'm not a small lad. I was doing weights at the time and everything, and I was shocked. So then eventually training loads of jiu-jitsu and competing. Well, then I started doing the no headshot MMA events, the Strike and Submit ones, and it just led up to fighting on the show. And I got a message from Kevin Cox. Yeah,
you fought. So you made your debut on the Strike and Submit show. You fought and you won first round rear naked choke.
Yeah, first round RNC.
Because that was a couple of days after the initial trials.
Yeah. And
I was there at Strike and Submit, and I was impressed by your performance. I was like, Chris, we've got to have him on the team. Like it's got to be done. And he agreed completely. Like you were levels above your opponent, and you weren't a mug so we were like, yeah, gotta have you on the team. So you went to the trials and you got selected for the Wales team, and you're going to Rome. So yeah, as you said, James, it has escalated really quickly.
It can happen like that, especially how old are you now?
I am 20.
20, so especially being within the bracket for the juniors, it's good to grab it by the before you're 21, I suppose, because it's 21 to cut off, isn't it?
Yeah, 21, yeah.
Because I had guys who was 21 the day after the weigh-in, so they couldn't go.
Day after?
We got one guy, right, who wanted to try out, Kai Evans?
Yeah.
He, at the moment, he's 17, right? And he turns 18, next week. But so he's too old. He's too young to fight in the juniors, but then too old to fight in the cadets a month later.
Yeah,
I'd be tamping.
So he's filming, but he's a good kid, and
yeah, he is good. He's a strong little guy.
So I think
it was Caleb. Or Caleb was 21 on Tuesday.
Yeah, Caleb.
Slim bracket, man. It is 18 and 21. The juniors, isn't it? It's a slim bracket, man.
Yeah,
I just got in there. I didn't think I was going to be able to. Initially, I don't know why.
When do you turn? I
turned 21 in January. So I got.
Oh, okay. So you can do the juniors.
Because that's the thing, right? And a lot of competition that have junior divisions, they treat it as however old you are, and say the 1st of January, or however old you are, the first calendar competition. So then you'd be a junior all year.
Yeah.
But I haven't done that. It's literally whatever day you are on that fight. So if your birthday is halfway through a tournament, you're neither a junior or a senior. So you can't do either.
Yeah, I'm going to address it with IMAF at the annual.
You could probably do the senior one, couldn't you, as a junior? And I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, as a junior, if you wanted to, you could fight in the seniors. There's no problem, but you are going to be fighting men at.
But you are 21 then, so I don't know there's a fine line.
Is there an age limit to the seniors?
Officially. On the IMAF website, it's 99.
So you have to be... So yes.
So to answer your question, yeah.
There might be, sometimes you have to deal with, if they're over 40-year-old, then they might have to have a more extensive medical cover.
Yeah.
So I know if I have 40-year-olds doing MMA on my event, they have to have more letters off the doctors. No, they go into it a little bit more because your age. But again, it all depends. If you're fighting from age of 35 regularly past 40, then sometimes it doesn't matter. It's like if you start fighting at 40, then they start looking at it.
You have those lifelong athletes that don't even train it. They don't train MMA. They'll be like, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, like, and I'll go on and start MMA late.
Exactly. Someone that's Braulio after his 40th birthday, it's going to be. What do you mean? But
I mean, if Braulio, has he ever had a pro fight? MMA
he
fight?
has, yeah. He choked a guy out from like side control.
Well, if Braulio never made his MMA debut, a pro MMA, he could have fought in the IMAFs at the.
He could have, which is crazy. I mean, you're talking about one of the best top professionals.
Can you imagine being the unlucky guy matched with him as well?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you're in the junior middleweight division.
Yeah.
There are 9 people in your category. So there's a good chance that you're only one win away from a medal. That's
so how many? 9?
9, yeah. Okay. So like you got eight people means that if you win your first fight, you're into the.
So one person's going to have more fights than everyone else, isn't he?
Yeah, because everybody else will have a bye. So I hope that's not you.
How's it going to work?
What do you mean?
So if it was an 8-man, there'd be 3 fights.
Yeah.
So how's one person going to have more fights if there's no one else in his division?
Because.
Or does he? Do you know what I mean?
You get me confused now.
It will work. I've seen it before on the brackets. It'll work.
Visually, it makes sense.
Visually, yeah.
But all I'm saying is, if there was 10, then they'd fight, and then the winner would fight them. They'd fight who?
It'll work. Don't worry about it.
Let's let IMAF worry about that.
Have the other 8 got to compete first, and then he fights the winner of the first fight?
Yeah, so like, I don't know.
Well, if a guy had a bye and everybody else had one fight and that guy had a bye, he'd win the next person he would be fighting. The next person that won their match.
No, because he's the only one in the 16, isn't he?
I don't know, it'll make sense. Don't worry about it.
I bet it makes sense, yeah.
So, yeah, and as it happens, Roan Crocker, the reigning junior welterweight champion,
his fault.
Is a growing boy.
Is it his fault?
It is his fault.
Because there would have been 8 otherwise.
He's a growing boy now, and he's come up to your weight class, so there's a very high chance, because it's a small division, that we could be having 2 Welsh guys in the final, and they'll have to fight each other. So,
yeah. Well, I'm hoping that they do put us on opposite ends.
Oh no,
they will.
If 2 guys from the same country fight, it'll only be in the finals.
Is it?
Because you can only have 2 in each division, so they make sure that's the
They're
case.
opposite end of the bracket.
So both have to be on form to fight each other.
Which, waking up on the day of the finals, knowing, like for me, knowing that 2 Welsh guys in the finals and there's a gold and a silver come back to Wales, I'll be happy. I don't know about the rest of the team. Everybody will be all like.
Well, hopefully
we'll have to split you up into different caravans and stuff,
No, I'm happy with the thought of being in the final with him.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm going to be in the cage with somebody. Whatever happens. But at least then, if we're both there, we know that Wales is going to come back with more than just a medal, or more than just 1 medal. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you've previously competed against Roan in grappling competitions, am I right?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I fought him. He's beat me every time. To be fair. I fought him in Naga. That was my first comp with blue belt. But I'm confident. I'm always improving. I'm training every day.
And it's a different sport.
It's a different sport. Yeah.
I really do like punching people. So. it may come full circle. You never know.
Yeah, and that's the difference sometimes. I mean, if you look at the grappling aspect of MMA alone. If you're applying punches, it's a completely different game.
It changes it completely. That's crazy.
I know Rowan's got a super strong guard, but as I say, all that can change. From every position, if you add strikes, it's a good defense. Yeah. So I don't know. It could be. It's an interesting.
I think it's going to be a good fight because we're both got a similar sort of body type.
Yeah.
He's tall and long. I am myself.
Yeah.
So I'm. If it does go to the final and I do see him there, I want to see what happens. It's going to be
good. And the good thing is, you know you're going into the fight with a silver, and at least, and you haven't got a, and your country one's going to get a gold. That's a great thing.
There'll be me behind the scenes making sure they got the Welsh national anthem ready. Because if I hear "God Save the Queen," I am gonna be fuming.
I want to have the Welsh flag draped around me. I want to hear that playing. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that's the.
Do you
remember to take more than one flag?
Yeah. I'm gonna take I got 3 flags. I'm gonna take. I got a Celtic flag, a Welsh flag, and a Welsh football flag as well.
Yeah, but they need 2 Welsh flags. What I mean is, you don't want 2 of them.
I'll have one as a skirt, one around my back, one on the head. I think sorted.
2 of them up over 1 flag, holding it between you.
How many cages is there on? It's
3,
time, isn't it?
It's 3 cages.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fantastic because the Euros last year was only 1 cage and they were long days.
Yeah.
But
there's only 1 cage.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So
last year though, I suppose there's a lot more staff and it was free.
Yeah. So and the good thing about this year as well is the junior finals are going to be on day 4, which is brilliant.
Saturday, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, on the Saturday, and then the senior finals will be on the Sunday, which means there'll be a maximum of 13 fights on the Sunday. As it's going to work, the junior finals, the semi-finals for the seniors are going to be all 3 cages in the morning. So it'll be 10 fights in each cage. It'll be 10, 10, 11. Once they are finished, they're going to have the junior finals all in 1 cage, and then there'll be a max of 12 fights all in 1 cage.
Wait, no. So they haven't got a day off then?
No day off in the Euros.
Normally got Friday off, don't you?
In the Worlds, yeah.
Ah, not Euros.
Nah, that's only because in the Worlds they'd have Brave. Brave Combat Federation, the big where Aidan signed to.
Yeah, I was about to say James fighting on there, isn't he?
Yeah, they have a pro show in the same arena on the Friday, and everyone from my maths invited to that to watch, and it's a good atmosphere. Even when
I thought they had the Friday off because it was the day before the finals.
Nah.
No, not just because of Brave, but what I mean is you fight a couple of fights, day off, final.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Extra recovery.
Well, we're flying out on the Monday, and then we registered on the Tuesday, and then we got all day then, so we got relaxed.
Yeah, but what I mean is you have a couple of fights.
Yeah.
Then have a full day recovery before the final, rather than fighting the day after the semis.
Yeah, but it's just effort.
They don't do that, do they?
Nah, in the Worlds, because the Prince literally owns the country.
Yeah. I thought it was a common thing because I thought that was the day you wore suits and all go.
No, in the Worlds, we had an award ceremony on the Thursday night after the semi-finals, and we all went out and it was a free bar, and we celebrated. And the less
celebrated.
I woke up in a room the next morning full of Irish people, and I snuck out. One of them was. I basically spilled a bottle of wine all over the floor and then mopped up with all the towels and snuck out. And then, because it was the day off,
Love it.
I didn't see anyone for the next day. I was in my room, shaking, recovering, catching a bus home to my hotel the next morning in my tux. And then one of the Irish guys had to explain. We was saying to them, no, it wasn't me who spilt the wine. It was Ricky, the Welsh guy. And they're
Broken bad guy.
and they're like, no, there was no Welsh guy in the room. There was only you. You spilt the wine. So I had to explain.
There's no Welsh guys here. There's actually.
I had to explain to the whole Irish team. No, it was me. I stayed in your room. I got wine everywhere. It was me.
Was that with Dino?
Was that?
It wasn't with Dino, nah.
Nah, it was Joe Conor Dillon.
No.
He fought Conor McGregor as a pro, absolute legend of a boy. Weighs about 10 stone soaking wet, and just big scary middleweight trying to fight him. And then he's just less said about it the better. It's one of them stories.
Yes, my missus still doesn't watch. Okay, so when's the draw, Rick?
The draw will be Tuesday night about 6:30, but I'll probably go to the draw and let the boys explore Rome. Ideally, I'd like to have them all go into the Colosseum. Have a team photo outside the Colosseum and just enjoy a bit of downtime on the Tuesday night. So I'll go to the draw. I'll take all my notes, and then I'll message them all individually and with who they fight in, if they fight in, if they got buys, wherever. Because I want them to have as much downtime as possible and take their mind off things rather than that nervous energy. But it'll be good crack because we're all in the same campsite. There's a lot of fighters on the same campsite. Most of the time,
not just the Welsh that are on the campsite. They got the other.
Nah, there's most of the countries.
Obviously, the Irish.
Well, the Irish have got 35 fighters going out this
Have they
year.
really?
Yeah, which is.
But they've been doing it a while, haven't they, to be fair? It's been a legal requirement in a way, sort of.
They got some of the most of them, right? They got like one of the biggest teams going out there.
Yeah, 35 going out there. With us, the Welsh, we got 12 going out there, and I think last year as a whole, the UK team only had like 11 go out, and like 6 or 7 of them are Welsh guys.
How many of the British team or English?
24 now.
Is that England, Scotland?
England, Scotland, yeah.
So as a nation, as the UK, we got 36 this year. So the split isn't as good.
Yeah.
Really, isn't it? It's a lot more people.
Yeah, we got a good team this year as well.
It makes more sense to get more bodies out there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's quite a few experienced boys going out with us now, isn't there? There's obviously, like me, for example, I've only had the one fight at the moment, but there's other boys like Scott and...
Scott's had a lot.
Well, between Scott and Danny, Scott Pedersen and Danny Williams, they've got over 40 fights between them. They're the two most experienced guys in the lightweight division. And I was looking at the rest of the competition. I was looking at the rest of the competition, the rest of the weight class, and I was thinking, there's not a single boy in that group that neither can beat on a good day. There's one like Lee Hammond, the Irish guy. He's a bit tricky, but he's a lot like Ash.
Yeah.
Ash Williams, so great grappler off his back, and I mean, if Scott, you guys drawn up against him, I mean, knowing that he's trained extensively with Ash, I think I'd be confident in Scott. He'd beaten Lee Hammond, and Lee's the current world champion, so. But like Lee Hammond's one of them guys. My first IMAF tournament was in 2015, and Lee Hammond was there, and I think Lee Hammond's only like 21 now, and he's been doing IMAFs now for like 4 years, and he won the world championship.
What day is the World Games? The November the 9th?
9th to 16th.
Yeah. So like, what'll happen? You'll do really well in this tournament. Maybe win a gold or a silver. I can't say you're going to win the gold because Roan as well. But
I'll try.
Then you think, oh, European champion sounds nice. I want to be a world champion.
It does have a nice ring to it, though.
Yeah. And then next year you'll be like, I wonder how Asian Open champion sounds. Let's go Bangkok.
What? Yeah, well, he's a senior then. So.
I'd love to go to Bangkok.
Have you looked into the other people in your bracket?
Well, I know obviously Roan.
Yeah.
So I saw that. I haven't really looked at them. I've outlined grappling competitions. I don't like looking at them too extensively. Just because I get assumptions about people. I end up trying to play a game that I think is going to work when I prefer to just go with.
I mean, if you've done Muay Thai first, so
I started Muay Thai.
Got a stand-up game, then once you know what your opponent is, you sort of can gauge whether you want to take the fight from there, can you, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, sometimes you can study the wrong people. That's the problem when you can study too much.
That's the thing. I just don't want to make any assumptions about people because it can end up going south really easy.
Yeah, when my guys are fighting someone, I say, right, now I know you found the YouTube videos. Look at them once and leave them alone till the end of the camp.
But that's the thing.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing. So see, like if I was a fighter, I would look at my YouTube video and I think if I was fighting me, where would I exploit? And then I would try and tighten them bits.
Yeah.
Any fighter worth his salt will look at videos of himself, think, right, I need to learn to keep that hand up. I need to stop telegraphing certain moves.
That's why you look at yourself after the fight. But what I mean is, like, some people throw specific combinations, pick up on that. Some people, shoot after certain shots, pick up on that. It could
be as simple as knowing what stance somebody's in if they're going to come out of sight.
Yeah, if they're southpaw or unorthodox, it's nice to know that.
I've got a prediction for Morgan. I think he's going to win at least one fight with a Von Flue choke.
Really?
Do you know why? Because, believe it or not, right, a lot of amateurs still hold on to the guillotine once the opponent's on side control.
A lot of people in UFC do as well.
I know, yeah, and
It shocks me.
I used to when I was training regularly. I used to train a lot with Tim Newman, who's a member of your gym, Newport MMA.
Who's got a ridiculous guillotine as well.
A ridiculous guillotine, but
It's a ridiculous grappler in general, to be fair to him.
his he kept like nailing me with the Von Flue choke like over and over again. I was like, what? Slow down a minute now. What are you doing with it, Tim?
Has he nailed me? We went up, me and Dave Rounders got a grappling with Tim, sparring with Tim.
I'm gonna say yes, he did.
He might have, but who's the other guy, the little one?
Nagy, Nathan Beer,
Might have
Nathan Ford.
Nathan Ford. Is he got a really good guillotine?
He is a unit in general, mate. He's got a good guillotine. He's like a stocky as well, like so he catch you.
But, yeah, good, really good grapplers. Strong guillotines, you know.
And and I think something Wayne's drilled into, and I said to the boys, said like, make sure you know the Von Flue choke, because the amount of people who just aren't versing it, who just hold on to the guillotine when it goes to side control, and that's a nice easy win if you know it. Like I emceed Battle Arena in Birmingham on the weekend. 2 people give up the Von Flue choke because they didn't know about it.
It is a little bit tricky. It is a little bit tricky with the amateur gloves sometimes, depending on how you land. You know, because obviously you pass the legs, and then they can't get in the way because everything's a bit but
big massive.
If you catch it though, like it's one of those ones you don't realise you're getting choked until you think
it's too late.
Yeah. Like, what do I do? I mean, I can't let go of anything. But yeah.
Yeah, so my prediction is Morgan's going to win at least one fight with a Von Flue, based on the fact that he's from Newport MMA and they drill that extensively. I know certain.
What I'm going to say he's going to win a fight by guillotine then. Because I've been up there.
he's going for the knockout.
I want to take him on the ground. I want to make him tap.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like the thing.
I'm not making any predictions. I'm not going to be like,
no,
that guy's going out there.
The thing is with the tournament, the way the tournament is, you want to get your guy out, so you haven't got to fight as long.
Yeah.
In MMA, if you can get him out by tapping him, you're a lot less. It's not less tiring than trying to finish them a ground and pound. You know, a lot less chance of injuring yourself, I suppose.
Yeah. So we got a great example. Jack Shaw, IMAF 2015 European champion, didn't get hit to the finals. His game plan was perfect. Took this guy down.
Did he submit every opponent?
I think he did, except for the final. He didn't get it to the final, but he dominated the final. But Jack just took the guys down, got position, never wasted time. You know, like a lot of people think, I'm gonna go to IMAF, have a couple of wars. It's like, nah, mate, because the time you get to the final, your face is battered. Yeah. And a lot of people think, I'm going to cut weight every day. And it's like, by the time they get to the finals, there's nothing left of them. IMAF is about preserving yourself. Like, I think Jack Tucker, the senior middleweight representing Wales, perfect style for IMAF. He's just going to...
Heavy wrestling base.
Yeah, take him down. He's going to lie there and pepper him until something opens up, and then he's going to finish him. And I think Jack Tucker is going to do really well next week. And there's a style to it. I mean, this will be my 8th IMAF tournament now, and it's definitely like a secret to winning. Like, and it's definitely not having wars.
I don't want to go in there and try. Like, obviously, it's all fun and games. I'm standing banging with somebody, but the aim for this specifically, when you got like when it's one fight, it's different because you can go in there and you got all the time after to recover.
You can afford to kick a knee.
When you said that, I could feel it.
We all felt it.
Yeah, I think grappling.
So we got a minute left. Obviously, it's a lot of money to go to the IMAFs. Has there been any people that sponsored you, helped you out financially, you want to give a shout out to?
I've had a lot of help from my parents. My parents are really good with it. I've been saving up myself, getting as much money as I can. So obviously, it is not cheap.
No, it's not.
It's not cheap at all.
So big shout out to Mum and Dad. Obviously, we were talking before the cameras.
My training partner's Kieran. He sorted me out.
Oh, brilliant.
He's been helping me out. A lot of support from everybody, but generally my parents have been.
So anyone who's listening, when he medals in Euros and he looks to go to the World Championships, if you want him to advertise your company, chuck him a few quid.
Well, that's the idea. I mean, this year we want to take a strong team out get some medals, come back, and then all the sponsors will want to come on board then, and that's the plan. I mean, Hayley, our girl, she had a photo taken with her sponsor last night.
Yeah.
And then 4 more sponsors came on board or something like that.
Brilliant.
Anyway, join us back.
Social media is the way forward.
Part 2, and we'll have a potential opponent, Roan Crocker. Hi guys, welcome back to part 2, the MMA Wales podcast. We've just said goodbye to Morgan, and now we welcome in to the show the reigning, but not defending, IMAF European Junior Welterweight champion, because he is going up a weight to the middleweight, as we discussed in the earlier part. Once again, Roan, welcome to the show.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
So obviously, the first thing we've talked about is you're moving up to middleweight. What's the reasoning behind that?
Horse meat.
Horse meat.
Yeah. Last year I was obviously a bit younger. I didn't really lift at all, so I didn't have any muscle mass. And as I got a bit older and lifted a bit of weight, I put a bit of timber on, and it's becoming a bit harder to make welterweight, especially over the week, because the last 2 times I fought a welterweight has been on the day.
One day. So what are you going to do it once?
Yeah, a lot easier to just carb deplete and get down to, and then fill back up. But obviously I can't do that.
Because what you would have to have done is slightly carb up the fight instead of completely carb up. Yeah. And of course, being the junior division, how old are you?
19.
19. Obviously, it's a very growing age. I mean, we wouldn't want him to be like every week next year, but he could be by the year after, probably. You know what I mean? But
before like last year was the first time I ever made 77. So when I was competing in jiu-jitsu, I'd always do the 85.5 and under. So maybe it was a bit of a push to make 77 consistently.
So fighting at middleweight 84 kilograms, it's not a strange thing to you. It's not something you've tested the waters obviously in the grappling circuit as well. So you don't think you're going to be under strength at all?
No, I like personally I think it's going to be people that are cut into 84, so they might be a bit more depleted, whereas I'll be walking around naturally. I'm always in the gym training at around 84 anyway, so it'll be no different really. So I'm actually more excited to compete at 84 this time.
Okay, so we just had Morgan on the show. Obviously you're in the same weight category. We were saying that if you were to fight each other, it'd be great because it'd be in the final, and I'd wake up on the morning of the finals knowing that there's a guaranteed gold and silver coming to Wales, and I will just be over the moon with that. Obviously you've you've grappled,
competed against
plenty of times in grappling comps. So how do they go? He said you won every time. You're being modest, right?
It is just a grappling comp at the end of the day. Like MMA is different, and it'd be foolish of me to think that just because I've beaten them in a grappling comp that I'm just going to be able to beat them in MMA. But I got to back myself. I got to be confident in my own abilities, and I am. So if it comes down to it, then so be it. But it would be great to have 2 Welsh medals coming back to Wales. Of
course, we got other Welsh guys in brackets. We got Scott Pedersen and Danny Williams in the lightweight. And
how big's that one?
That's huge.
32.
No, it's like 28, something like that.
Scotty wasn't a massive one, isn't he?
And then you got the junior featherweights. We got Jamie Paul and the youngest member of the team, Ian Mackenzie. So ideally we wake up in the morning with 3 all Welsh finals, but the chance of that is very
So who are the only juniors? Is it just these 2 and Ian?
No, it's
some from North Wales.
Ian, Jamie Paul from North Wales,
Adam
Caldwell, who's like he's got a bigger beard than I can ever imagine to grow, and I can't believe he's a kid.
What weight is he?
Lightweight.
Right.
And
he's got a lightweight, a bantamweight, 2 middleweights.
I got 2 featherweights.
2 featherweights a junior.
Yeah, because Ian Mackenzie said I want to fight.
Bantam, is he?
He said he's going to fight at featherweight. Then the other day he was in Nando's on the Snapchat, and I was like, that's right, he's got the featherweight. Chips, chips and Nando's. I
have my chips.
Penny chips.
But he's a good kid. I mean, we started a tradition this year where the youngest member of the team has the mascot with them. They got to take it wherever they go on abroad, so it's his job.
What is the mascot?
It's a dragon.
I was going to say it was a doll.
Although Glenn wanted to be a whale.
Weird.
Because we Wales. He's pushing the Welsh Orcas. Team nickname. I'm like, nah, keep it as the Dragons. But I like where he's coming from.
He's special. He's funny. Yeah, okay, brilliant. So Ian is carrying around a whale.
A dragon, yeah.
A dragon.
So let me ask you something. I was saying a couple of weeks ago on your Facebook about something, and you were saying your old opponent,
my best mate,
Olivier from Italy.
Yeah.
His friends were. What's behind there?
When I beat Leonardo last year in the semis, he was adamant that he was injured from the Monday. So he claims that if he wasn't injured, that he would have beaten me. So I saw him after the fight, and he said, "Oh, I shouldn't have fought you today. My foot was bad and stuff like that." But then when I go back to Wales, then it's him, it's his mate, and then it was a lightweight, and then he got his flyweight mate then, and all three of them, they comment on my photos and stuff, saying like whenever there's the next time there's a Cage Warriors Academy, call Leonardo. And then they messaged me voice notes saying, because when the Euros were meant to be in Belfast, he was saying, see you, like voice notes saying, see you in the European Championships in Belfast. And stuff like that.
Is he in the middleweight?
No, he's still a welterweight.
Stayed a welterweight, but unfortunately.
So now he's going to say you're ducking him.
I'm ducking him now, yeah.
You're going to have to wait just to avoid him now.
Yeah, but he's got his flyweight, his lightweight, and then his Leonardo, so the three of them are after me. So I keep my head down in Italy this time. So.
Yeah. Well, they're on home turf this time.
They have all advantages.
Gangster, they come up to you doing all this stuff, and
they'll be out with the little mod bikes.
The best president.
It's been they've been messaging me for I didn't get the first message until 8 months after the Euros, but then since then they've been rampant, they've been flat out, they want to try and get me.
Yeah.
So going forward, as an amateur, you're going to stick to middleweight, or you're going to pop down back to welterweight with the luxury of only having to weigh in the once?
Yeah, I think I'll see how it goes, but I think it's not really that difficult to make 77 on the day with a carb deplete, and then obviously I can eat the carbs back. It's not really that
hard. It's just the second day it is.
It would be the consecutive days which is the issue. So I think back at home in the UK, like on the day fights, 77 might not be that much of an issue, but if I carry on growing, I'm quite big anyway, but if I carry on growing, maybe if
only we knew like a promoter who could fly over Leonardo and to fight you on home soil and at welterweight. I think the grudge match of that would be pretty cool.
Bring the three of them over, innit?
we'll match the flyweight up with Ben. What's his name?
Who's the flyweight?
Whoever, the ones who are ganging up.
Ben Miles,
and then the lightweight that we'll match him with Scott.
Ben Miles, I think flyweight's slipping away from him, isn't it?
Is it? I haven't seen him.
There's a few boys in Wales that are flyweights now, mate.
Yeah.
There's a few flyweights coming.
So we'll do like. Do you know we did the national?
Sweden,
we do have against Italy, and then have the main event, Roan versus Leonardo, the rematch.
He really hasn't fought since the IMAF. So
no, isn't he?
Does he only fight in the IMAFs? Some countries do, don't they?
Like they do, like the national team trials and stuff like that. But like he hasn't fought on a show out there since. So
but sometimes the trials are actually fight like in Sweden. You fight in other trials, it's like an event, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I know, but like he's like since I've obviously had a look at his Instagram as well, and he hasn't really been up to much since. But if he wants to go again, then he can go again. Like,
this is a call out.
It's no problem. Like, you'll have the crucifix again. Like it's not
yeah, I know. Yeah. What was the injury he had?
He said it was his foot, but like he spent the 2 rounds on his back, so I don't know what help his foot was doing.
So let's talk about your not your last fight, but the fight on Cage Warriors where you fought Adam Mayo. It was your first loss. Yeah. I introduced the winner, and he was celebrating, and you just stood on the spot for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Disbelief.
I listened to this on the last time you said it, but I was actually looking at somebody in the crowd, and I was just looking at their face, and I saw like I wasn't noticing what was sort of happening to the side of me, but then I was looking at like them, and then I realised, oh, I'm back. So it looks really bad on the video. It looks like I'm on the verge of tears or something. But
to me, it was like an iconic moment. It's like, Roan, you awake? Or?
Yeah, I didn't move, did I?
It looked as if you were thinking, that's never happening again.
Yeah, it's not. I don't plan it never happening again.
What, that was a hard fight. I mean, I was there for that. The first round was, but he came in with a plan, didn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair, it was a tough first round, and then the second round went your way.
Yeah.
And then it was just one of them, once you get on top in the third, if everyone's tired, you could win the fight just on that, because it was quite a draining fight.
It was a big mistake of me. Like in the gym, if someone hits a signal against the fence and I take the overhook, most of the time I'm going to jump the triangle, and it sort of like lit up for me. It happened straight away. I was like, I'm going to do it now, and then obviously I did it and it didn't happen. And I heard his corner say, we knew this would happen, we planned for this, so they were obviously banking on me jumping guard, so that was a big mistake.
Was that the first round?
That was the first round, yeah. So he did.
You jumped guard again, didn't you?
That was in the third, yeah.
Yeah.
Try anything there. But
that was exhaustion.
I like when I was on the March show, I wasn't working with Matt of Apex Nutrition, so like my cut to 77 wasn't clever at all. Like, I was just keeping my calories at a level where it was significantly less than what I should be having for somebody in my size. The weight came off, and then I overshot it, so I weighed in at 169, and then I didn't refuel properly. Like I didn't carb back up, there's no surprise that by the time I got to the third round, you can see my takedown attempt in the third round. It's horrendous.
Was that the first time we've been to the third round?
No, the first fight in the Euros I did 3 rounds.
Okay, was at that point a win, was that?
That was the win, yeah. That was the first day. So in the third round I was completely empty. I had absolutely nothing.
So it's a big learning fight for you, apart from like acknowledging that you needed to address your nutrition and not to jump guard. Yeah. Where else you learn from that?
I sort of learned that, like, you know, there is life after losing a fight. Like, there's no, like, in my head it was sort of like, it was a big scary thing. I'd look at people that I'd lost and they still train and it's all fine and they just carry on with normal life. In my head I was like, Jesus Christ, if I lose a fight then it's going to be the end of the world. But you know, it's just a one. I'm an amateur and like none of these fights are going to matter when I turn pro. So,
do you feel like the pressure's off as well?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I did actually. It was sort of a blessing in disguise that like everybody was sort of saying like I'm this like prospect and stuff, but then.
Sorry about that.
It's alright.
Me beating the drum usually.
You one fight and a lot of those people will go away, and that's sort of why I prefer it to happen anyway. I prefer these people that are just around for now to go away and leave.
In a way, it's like, as a coach, some people say, "Oh, you take a hard fight straight away." It's like, yeah, if they lose their first fight, there's no pressure. Do you know what I mean? If you lose your first fight, you know you've experienced everything once you start winning.
He's been around for a long time as well. Credit to him, like he had a game plan, and he's done it to a lot of people as well, and it does work for him. So.
Yeah,
didn't he go on to see the final for the Welsh cage warriors title?
Yeah, he fought Kieran Bennett.
Did he win it? Yeah,
Kieran Bennett last
fight.
So yeah, let's move on to your last fight. Yeah. Nice to get back in the win column, man.
Yeah, it was I don't know if there's any video of it, but yeah, when I did get the finish, it was quite a sort of primal sort of scream afterwards. I don't know why. There was a lot of like sort of like a pent up emotional sort of reaction to
first loss. Coming back from first loss, you know, it's you sat down and things. You know? Like if we ever lost again, now you know it's not a permanent thing.
Yeah, it was a lot of it was a lot in the head, obviously, to get back in and get it done and just put the loss from before behind me. It wasn't like I didn't really feel myself. And no, granted, March was my first sort of competitive experience since I tore my LCL in the November before. So I think just because since the March fight I'd been like sort of competing in grappling comps and getting that feeling for a high adrenaline environment. When I got back to that March fight, then I felt like myself again. I felt like I could perform in the environment again. So yeah, it's completely behind me, and it sort of reignited the fire again. So
talking about your injury, your LCL, you say that kept you out of the World Championships last year. Yeah. Is that 100% now?
Yeah, it's fine. This when I tore it in November, the MRI, I think it was early December, and then I had a specialist sort of look at my knee on the MRI, and they said my LCL is completely gone. So now everyone's going to start leg kicking me in there. So my
Don't tell him which leg.
my LCL's gone, but for some reason the ligaments in my knee are doing its job for it, and I don't need surgery to repair it. And he said that if he had done surgery and repaired it and it looked the way it did now, he'd be the best surgeon in the world. So it's fine.
I guess that's probably down to you being so young as well.
Yeah.
I'm just
The ligaments actually
Growing boy, see?
and horse meat.
And the horse meat.
I'm off test, don't worry.
No, I don't. Excellent. So, short-term goals: medal, gold.
Yeah.
Be a two-weight champion. Then go to the world.
Fight probably in between now and Worlds, obviously, so once they're active.
So the world's be November the 9th.
Yeah, I think I'd love to go to the Worlds.
Got quite a few months.
Yeah, it was obviously taken away from me last year, 2 weeks before, so like I want to go back. I want to experience a World Championships. Like, so.
Yeah, the Worlds are insane. It's Bahrain, so obviously, you know, you got Rome next week, and then James, you got a show on the in July, like it's worth getting on here, like
possibility. It's mad at the minute because like half of Wales is amateurs going to the IMAFs.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
If I was to fight on your show, it'd probably have to be a light heavy. I'm not gonna.
It'll be pictures of him. It'll be pictures of him Sunday and coming from Rome. He'll have a medal, like pizza in one hand, a bowl of pasta.
Honestly, I fought my first professional kickboxing fight, 78 kilos, same day weigh-in, right? And the next day I went to Italy for 10 days. I come back 90 odd kilos. It's the whole my pizza and pasta, isn't it? I mean, you got to stay in a competition, not to put weight on.
I can put it away. It's not good the amount I can put away on.
I went to Nando's with me the other day. Fair play, I was impressed.
You was impressed.
I could tell he's gone up a weight as well.
Almost frozen.
He had about 2 or 3, and then he had one for the road as well. Like, it's great. It's impressive. I was really impressed. Anyway,
The joys of middleweight.
Yeah, for you.
I'm not going back.
No. And it's so it's good to have. How many of your teammates are going? Just Scotty.
Scotty's
Sean
going.
Powell's talking.
And obviously we're good mates with Tucker and stuff. So
Have you been training with them as well?
Yeah, I mean, before my last fight, I went up to Larry, like I think it was three times on a Monday, just to do some rounds with some fresh faces and obviously some heavier, bigger boys for some of my
little guys in your gym. Skilled ones.
Like sometimes I do struggle obviously to get large training partners because they're either like too small or they are extremely large, like Big O's or something like that. So,
you got all wine in your gym now.
He's one of my
middle lows.
Yeah, he's quite less middles and stuff like that, but he's one of my best training partners at the minute.
Yeah, he's the only guy you always. Yeah, it's like a mule as well, doesn't he? So.
He's not some sense on me.
So you're still an amateur and you're still a junior.
Yeah.
You're gonna do one season as a senior when you turn 21 before eventually turning pro.
Yeah, the plan will be to win these Euros now, win the Worlds in November. I think I'll have one more year then as a junior.
And then do a senior year.
Yeah, so do the juniors and then.
It's nice to have a good amateur amount of time in it, like a nice plan.
And obviously with IMAF growing, like they're adding more federations all the time, so like there's going to be more fights per tournament. So I'm going to be able to get, say, 5 fights every tournament, every couple of months.
Got 317 for the Euros. That's insane. For the Worlds, I reckon it'd be 450.
Yeah, like Solar Axel this year now, he's done every IMAF tournament to get as many fights as possible. I'd like to do something like that as well. Because
let me tell you about Solar Axel. He's a French guy. He started the year, fought in the Oceania in New Zealand. Then he fought in Bangkok, the Asians. Then he went to the Pan Americans in the Bahamas. Then he went to South Africa. Now he's going to the Euros. And then he's going to finish up at the Worlds before turning pro.
Nice.
He's just collecting medals. Except he didn't medal in
small
Asians.
kid, he said, and he couldn't scramble in the small.
I blame the kids, yeah. That's what it was. Yeah.
So before we go, anyway, have you got anyone you'd like to thank for helping you get out to Rome?
I got a few sponsors for the Euros this time. So Lakeside Security, SJS Construction and R&D Groundworks, and there's a few other people who have like donated to my like PayPal in private, so I don't know if they want to be named in public. So
check Instagram and Facebook for his PayPal.
but they know who they are. But if anyone
go for me.
If anyone wants to help me out, then it's paypal.me/imathworlds, because you can't change it. So I did
the thing is, there's a difference between just a margarita pizza and a meat feast after the finals. So
and it's on PayPal because GoFundMe take a percentage of donations.
Do they?
Yeah,
They do take a percentage.
Last year they took £70 out of the.
No way, I didn't know that.
That's why I'm not trying to.
Do you know what? I never knew that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
There's another one that doesn't take it, but you've got a link to a sort of charity then. I mean, so.
Yeah, so the PayPal one is just all your donations go to me. So, yeah.
Anyway, thanks for coming on again, and good luck in Rome. I'll see you out there, and we'll have a few chats out there, and we'll do some live streams back home.
The day before you get to the final, we're open to go live and speak to you. So.
If you and Morgan in the final, we're going to do a face-off. Like it's going to be like, do you know on Sky when they have Johnny Nelson there and you've got like Anthony Joshua and Daniel White
head to head,
and can do one of them. Probably not. Probably just have an ice cream or something. So thanks for coming on. Thanks for tuning in. This has been episode 34 of the MMA Wales podcast.